All the years I've been driving, never in my life have I ever seen $2.19 for gas. Bro, never in my life have I ever seen $2.19. You want me to lock in Texas? Lock in. Guys, get your gas now because I already know by tomorrow morning that joint's gonna go. I already know that joint's gonna go up, bro. It's $2.19 right now. Yeah.
No cap. I thought everybody was lying about the gas prices out here. Check this. Bro, California in me cannot comprehend this, bro. That is crazy.
Man, I had to come out and get gas tonight. This is the shit that we're having to deal with in Texas. Look at that. Can you believe that shit? Yeah, remember how things used to be? Quit your bitching.
Gas prices are dropping and I'm not complaining. Look at that right there. That is crazy. You know how long it's been since I've seen a $30 type of fill up on this shit? Like, what the?
What's up, y'all? Gerald here, creator of Gospel Chops and your host for this YouTube channel, back with another video. Now, y'all, as we approach the Christmas holiday, many of you guys are going to hit the road, travel to see family and whatnot. I hope you have a blessed Christmas season. But many of you are going to realize the manifestation of the blessings of God right there in your gas tank. Why? Because Donald Trump has been working overtime to get oil prices lowered in this country, and it's starting to take effect. I've seen reports of different states around the country, gas prices lower than $2. It's incredible. It gets caught in my throat when I say it right there because I can't hardly get it out. Less than $2 for gas? Incredible. Even here in California, where gas prices are some of the highest in the country, I am not even in a territory that has the highest prices in my state, and we're still paying $5 a gallon for gas. The crazy part, though, is that $5 price would be cut in half were it not for state taxes and fees. That's right. You got a situation here in California where the governor, who wants to be your next president, mind you, has taxed this state into oblivion such that the biggest oil companies and refineries in the state are leaving. Just like In-N-Out Burger left. Just like Tesla left. Many of these are leaving because they are tired of these Democrat policies and politics in this state. Well, many of us are being punished here by paying tax on top of tax, fee on top of fee, for something as simple as gas, while people around the country are benefiting from what could be considered a pay raise. If you commute to work or you drive a lot for any reason, you understand that cutting your gas prices is giving you a little more wiggle room in your household budget to do other things that are necessary. Pay for food, for example. Well, we are not benefiting from that in California. Matter of fact, ain't nobody trying to give Donald Trump credit for anything because the midterms are coming up. And in this deep blue state, they wish they would give Donald Trump an accolade for anything that he's done. But shout out to y'all who are benefiting from the policies of this president as we continue to suffer under this irrational government and governor in California.
5 cents a gallon, that is a pretty big deal. Now, if you would have just filled up a 20-gallon tank compared to a month ago, you would have saved more than $9 a tank. And if you have 2 to 3 cars and you fill up several times a month, that is a lot of savings. You might be doing a double take at some gas stations around town, regular gas for less than $3 a gallon. That's what we found at the Quick Trip on Losee.
It's not as painful at the pump.
It's always nice to have cheaper prices, but
So as an Uber driver, this helps me save a tremendous amount of money. With the prices what they are right now, I could probably save roughly about $60 a week. That's what I think I'm doing right now.
And that's extra.
That's an extra $60. I got 9 children, so $60 go a long way.
Arco on South Jones, Costco's and Sam's Club, and some Murphy Express stations are in the top 10 list of cheapest gas prices in town on GasBuddy.com. AAA says gas is the lowest it's been in 4 years. One reason, gas is typically cheaper to make in the winter than summer. Also,
what happens in Nevada is kind of influenced by what happens across the country, really what happens across the globe. Right now, it's the perfect combination. You have lower oil prices, lower demand, good supply, and that means prices are lower.
It's unclear exactly how long gas prices will stay down, but for now, enjoy the little holiday gift.
Could something happen with oil refineries and maintenance taking them offline? Sure. Could weather affect things? Of course. And could global politics affect things for oil? All of that plays a role, which makes it really hard to have a crystal ball. But I will say, if things hold true to what they have been for the past month, demand is low, supply is good, there's no real reason to believe that these prices are going to jump anytime soon.
Well, y'all, even though the benefits of Donald Trump's policies are well documented across the country, you still got that segment of liberals. You still got that contingent of folks with Trump derangement syndrome who can't give him credit for anything. They're still complaining. They're still fussing. Prices are down. They won't admit it. But the policies are taking place across the country. We done gave the man a few months to enact some things that have taken place that have benefited us all. Can you imagine what will take place over the next few years under this president's leadership? I'm looking forward to it. But we got to get this governor out the way because people are continuing to suffer in my state under the blue thumb of California government. Yeah, liberals going to continue to scream. They're going to continue to fuss and fight and holler, even as they benefit secretly from lower gas prices. Let's get into this story, y'all, so I can provide you with more details of this circumstance that is affecting Americans in positive and negative ways. If you are Trump deranged, you certainly ain't feeling good about lower gas.
Gee, thanks, Mr. Trump. Yeah, gas prices suck. Yeah, I'm here getting gas right now. Yep, getting gas right now, and guess what? It's really expensive. It's really high. That whole thing you were going to cut gas down to $1.99 a gallon hasn't happened. Prices are still really, really high. So you've accomplished absolutely nothing. So thanks a lot. Oh yeah, and grocery prices, they're high too, and yeah, just everything is just high. So that whole promise that you were going to cut prices immediately, you, sir, did nothing. Absolutely nothing.
A few moments later.
Well, we have $55 oil now, and gas prices are starting to drop, and everyone's happy except for people in the oil and gas business. You know, people in the oil business are losing jobs. Thousands of them will be let go. And yes, oil prices keep dropping because we're in a recession. Yeah, the demand for oil is very, very low. So just so everybody knows, that's not good. It's not good when you have a situation like this, because now this is exactly what's going to happen. Thousands and thousands of oil workers here in the United States are going to lose their job. A lot of wells are going to be turned off because there's no interest in pumping out oil for $55. There just isn't. But just know this. When the economy does turn, and it will eventually turn when this administration goes away, things will get better eventually. And when they do, it's going to be very, very hard to push oil like we have been, because so many wells and so many companies will be damaged by what's going on right now. So enjoy the low gas prices right now, because in the next few years, it's going to be extremely high. We're talking $5, $6 a gallon. And there's nothing we can do about it. It's coming.
Governor Gavin Newsom's green energy agenda has spectacularly backfired, and the consequences are about to shake the entire American economy. It's not just the millions of residents abandoning his failing state. In a matter of weeks, California will face a completely self-inflicted disaster that one of the world's largest corporations saw coming from a mile away. They warned the feckless governor. They warned the equally incompetent legislature. And when nobody listened, this global giant packed up and left California for good. Chevron stands as one of the world's largest multinational energy corporations, commanding a market capitalization of approximately $300 billion. The company ranks among the top 5 oil and gas giants globally, alongside industry titans like ExxonMobil, Saudi Aramco, Shell, and BP. Its operations span continents, its supply chains stretch across the globe, and its investment decisions shape entire regional economies. Founded in San Francisco back in 1879, Chevron has been a cornerstone of California's industrial landscape for over a century and 4 decades, helping build the state's energy infrastructure, fueling its growth, and providing tens of thousands of high-paying jobs over generations. That historic relationship just came to an abrupt end. Just months ago, Chevron announced they were relocating their headquarters to Houston, Texas, leaving many to ask the obvious question: why would a company abandon the state that's been home for more than 140 years? Their CEO, Mike Wirth, didn't mince words. California has become impossible to operate in. Gavin Newsom's California is a disaster zone for business, one defined by unpredictability and ideological hostility rather than economic reality. The state has simply become too difficult, too hostile, too expensive for companies to function effectively. The taxes crush profitability, the regulations strangle innovation, permitting delays stretch on for years. Lawsuits loom constantly. Everything is utterly out of control. The situation has deteriorated so severely that Chevron can't even pay their 6-figure engineers enough to make living in California worthwhile anymore.
California has had the most expensive gasoline in the country. And now lawmakers are warning that prices could go even higher very soon. Congratulations. Not Max Gordon, Gavin Newsom. Live. Max is outside a closed Phillips refinery in Cali. Hey, Max.
Hey there, Dagan. Well, this refinery shut down back in October, and when it was operating, it accounted for a little more than 8% of the state's refining capacity. And now, in 2026, we are set to see another refinery close in California. This next one is going to be closing down in April in Benicia, California. It's owned by Valero, and that refinery accounts for just under 9% of the state's refining capacity. Republican lawmakers say overregulation of California's oil and gas industry is all to blame.
It doesn't just affect California. Arizona and Nevada also get their gasoline from our state. So you've seen their governors, bipartisan, expressing serious concerns over the crippling of the energy infrastructure in our state.
Here's where California's currently standing as far as gas prices are concerned. This is how they compare to the national average. Part of the reason for the price disparity is that California's gasoline is taxed at a high rate. The gas is also different than other states. California has strict air quality and environmental standards, and gas sold in the state must be a cleaner burning blend. Still, dropping oil prices and an increase in oil imports into California have shielded the state's drivers from any extreme price increases in the wake of the most recent refinery closure. A potential solution to increasing the oil supply in California and decreasing gas prices has come from President Trump, who wants to increase oil drilling off of the California coast. That's gotten pushback, though, from environmental groups and California Governor Gavin Newsom, who called the plan idiotic. Now, back here in Wilmington, the decommissioning of the Phillips 66 plant is currently underway. There are plans to turn it into a mixed-use development site with shopping as well as warehouse space.
And there you have it, y'all. If you've been following this channel for some time, you've heard me talk about the issue that I hear expressed in other states where they say, don't California my Texas. Don't California my Louisiana. Don't California my Florida. And y'all are experiencing it because a lot of these pink-haired, purple-haired liberals, yeah, they put up a front that they love this stuff, but when it comes down to economics, they're moving away too. Problem is they're taking their left-wing policies and planting them right there in Texas, right there in Florida. changing the political climate of your great state. Well, I hope this video provides you with a little information of what is going on in the state of California, what is migrating to your great state and influencing the politics in your state. Yeah, it's a problem, but it can be a bigger problem, and that's why I am sounding the alarm like Paul Revere. Because I want you to know that this man who is running this state into the ground wants to be your next president. Matter of fact, I think he's leading in the polls so far, right up there with Kamala. They running neck and neck, trying to beat each other out. They pretend to be friends, but you know what it is when it comes to politics. I hope you are aware. I hope you are alert. I hope you are paying attention to the economics of California. Because many have said in the past, as California goes, so goes the country. Well, we hope in this case that is not true. We hope you are paying attention. We hope you are telling a friend. And we hope you are sharing this video so more people can know what is going on. Y'all let me know what you think about this in the comments. I would love to know your thoughts. And don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share the video so we can get more people involved in the conversation, y'all. And like I always say, always remember and never forget, without the gospel, it's just chops. Until next time, peace.